But another guy who's got a podcast, who's really sort of given up, I feel, on podcasting is Opie. Now, he's another guy that I have kind of an issue with because he told me back in 2018 that he was going to do the podcast and he was going to be my first big guest. And I was thinking, oh shit, this could really help. He follows me on Twitter and I've been in contact with him for 2 years and he keeps saying, oh man, I'm kind of beat today, maybe next week. And it's like I understand being busy, but it's 2 fucking years. Like prisoners are able to make plans more. Plus, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you've heard, he announced the other day that he's going to start a show with Bubba the Love Sponge.
That's unbelievable. I heard them talking about it on Bubba's show. I mean, those are 2 washed-up has-beens. That's really funny. But I'm excited about that.
But the other thing about it is just what I don't get. It's like Bubba the Love Sponge is like, with the whole cancel culture shit going on. The fact that he hasn't been canceled yet, it's either a sign that he's not famous anymore or they just haven't got to him. He's literally admitted in interviews to he was being interviewed by Howard Stern, and he said, like, when we have a porn stars coming up to the show, we would say, listen, if you want to come on and promote your DVD, you have to suck my dick and you have to suck all the boys' dicks. It's like so you're forcing this woman to give 5 blowjobs to come on the air to be called a whore.
That's way worse than what Joey Diaz said on Rogan, and yet that's like making front page news. Yeah, and then there's an ex-porn star who used to work on the show, and they literally would call her the show hooah. She was a hooah. But she said that it was like show banter, but even off mic, they would just like walk up to her and pull her skirt up or grope her or pretend like they were humping her. And it's like, this isn't a fucking joke when the mics are off. Not that it's probably funny, but basically what I'm saying is with Opie sort of associating with him, do you think that this is just the sign that Opie has given up? No, that's the funny thing is that he should have given up. The sign that Opie's given up is that he's doing Facebook Live. The fact that he thinks he's going to rekindle the magic by teaming up with Bubba tells me that he actually has a glimmer of hope still in his eye that he's going to get famous again. But anyway, everything that you just said, Opie is just as guilty of all these things, and so is Howard Stern. Things change so quickly in this country anyway, with what you used to be able to get away with on morning radio. Opie used to shove wiffle ball bats into girls' vaginas, and they would do the most horrendous shit to girls, and not even porn stars. Like they sometimes they were just girls who just wanted attention and coming up in the studio, and they would do the most horrendous shit to them. Which, hey, before the internet, that was shocking. People enjoyed it. That was what you did in morning radio. Howard Stern kind of invented it, I believe, and obviously he had the Sybian. He would have girls sit on a masturbation machine and get jerked off on his show. And that was like a thing that he would do all the time. And now just thinking about that is insane. The lawsuits that would happen, the cancel culture, you could never get away with that. Bubba was probably even more extreme than either of these guys because that's how Bubba got his name, was by being the most extreme guy possible. But they've all changed. They can't do it anymore. They can't get away with it anymore. And the cream rises to the top, and that's why Anthony Cumia and Jim Norton continue to do shows. People continue to enjoy them. And people like Howard Stern, because he lost Artie Lang, and Opie and Bubba, they're being relegated now because they can't do as good a show when they can't exploit whores or sluts who want to come up and have people put things inside their vaginas.
But I think that with Opie, I think he's let the criticism almost, well, maybe not drive him insane, but he's let it get to him so much that he's refusing to actually listen to the common criticism. And it's like, you're not funny, so stop trying to be the jokester. What Opie is he's a really good interviewer, mostly. So I think that he should sort of focus on doing that sort of show of saying, oh, today we've got Karl, or tomorrow it's fucking the Ultimate Warrior or whatever. But that shows you how my brain works, that's my go-to names, Karl and the Ultimate Warrior.
The Ultimate Warrior is the worst interview in the history. Have you ever heard that guy at a show? He won't shut up. He's the worst.
But with I think that Opie should focus more on that, and I think people would go, you know what? He's pretty good. But having his fucking plumber come on and joke about the latest raspberry flavored brewski that he got. This is not the way to go.
Yeah, and I know we could give Opie advice forever, and he would never take it. In fact, I believe it was Eric Nagel, E-Rock, the producer of Opie and Anthony. I was talking to him, and Eric was even saying the thing with Opie is when everyone explains to him what he should do with really sound rationale, he will always do the opposite thing. You'll never tell him what to do. He'll always do the opposite thing. And it's gotten him into so much trouble to the point where he has no gig anymore. And, you know, it's tough when you have the morning show on Sirius XM, which is a national show and millions of listeners. There isn't another platform like that unless you get to the Joe Rogan level of podcasting. And I think Opie teamed up with Westwood One when he got fired from Sirius and thought maybe that was going to happen. Not even close. He's fallen so far. Like, you and I have way more people listening to us than Opie has listening to him on his podcast. And to think about what he used to be, that's really pathetic. I don't know that I wouldn't have any advice for him. I would tell him to stop doing it. He's embarrassing himself. Honestly, when he's at his best, he has other comedians in the room and he keeps his mouth shut and lets them be funny. That's probably his best bet. But I don't know that he should even be broadcasting anymore. It's not working for him.
Yeah, if I was Opie, and I'm not, by the way.
Good.
But if I was Opie, I would send Anthony a text. And I would say, let's maybe not bring the show back because Anthony doesn't need that. But they could do like a monthly or once a week show together.
Yeah, they wanted to. They tried to hire him. Compound Media tried to hire Opie to come over to where Ant's company and do a morning show. And he turned it down.